Mhm. Let's get tricky. Is that kind of?
No, it looks good.
Did I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
I should get this fucking Pokemon out. One sec. We had some guests over, so we had to move them from the little like
Bro,
chair
why would you move
thing.
them? They look awesome where they're at.
Well, if you,
I thought you like intentionally set them up because like as you're seated relaxed, like
I
they're
look at
perfectly in shot.
the little Dragonite. He's like, "Hi."
Because hi, I'm fucked up. They got me drunk too.
I'll leave the Snorlax. How about that? I'll leave that one. BRB.
Here you go. I'm sorry. That was childish. Look at that Pikachu pillow.
And on that note, let me know when we are going live.
Oh, bro, we're
So I
live
can
now.
we're live now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another episode.
Part
Woo
two.
woo.
Part dos.
Part 2.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Coming at you on a Saturday of all days.
Is it?
Friday.
Oh.
This time this is gonna be the trend, dude.
Nah.
This is gonna be the trend.
What, bro?
It's
We're
like
gonna
you
get our
got it
days.
last time, this
Yeah.
time it's me. That's super funny.
I mean, you're not
You're
wrong.
right, Friday.
It is Saturday morning.
You're right, actually, technically. Oh, snaps. Well, for all the listeners, I guess in California, it's still technically Friday.
Isn't that
But
weird? Like, okay, if you look at a world map, you see on the Western Hemisphere, like where it ends, just a little bit
right,
over is already the next day. It fucks me up so bad because I'm like, bro,
I know what you're saying.
tomorrow is already
Yeah,
happening, but also yesterday is happening. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. It just throws me off.
dude. And then like when you especially if you look at the like do you take the map app, zoom out,
As far
you
as
know,
you can, yeah,
as far as you can,
yeah.
exactly. Turns into like a little globe thing. You can spin that little thing around.
Bro, and it shows you where it's nighttime and daytime. That's pretty neat.
It's it's a fun feature. Um, I'll trip out and I'll be like, it's like the next day over in like Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
What the heck?
And
What in the world?
I wonder if like Japan is like, whoa, it's yesterday in Hawaii. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I don't know. It's a trip.
yeah. The whole thing really is. Speaking of trips, dude, when we going to hit up the Japan trip already, all the way back from
Dude,
in the day
I know,
with
man.
Connie and company.
Oh, dude, I know, man. I would love to go. You know what's crazy is that like a lot of people are not dissuading people from going to Japan, but they're like trying to raise awareness of how like the bad parts of Japan. Because I guess, truth be told, Japan is pretty romanticized because of anime and
Yeah.
just its culture in general, the food, the entertainment. So everyone's like,
There's a lot to appreciate with them,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
But like people that live over there, like non-natives, like people that have lived there for like the past 10 years or whatever, they're
Hmm.
like, it's crazy. Everyone wants to come over here and oh, it's like this over here. And granted, yeah, it's totally like that, but there's some ugly sides here too. And I'm
Yeah,
like, that's true. I feel like that's everywhere though.
yeah,
Like I think
yeah.
every country definitely has like the shitty side to it.
um, everywhere's kind of got their Alabama. Just kidding. But am I kidding though? Actually,
Yeah, dude, no, yeah, I think my hate state is probably Florida. I probably shit talk Florida like the most.
I will not ever step foot in that godforsaken state.
What? Not even for a fucking what is it? The
If
Wizarding
you paid me,
World?
maybe. If you paid me some money,
All
we'll
right.
talk.
What if Jesse was like,
We'll figure it
I
out.
really want to go to Universal Studios. We have to go.
Okay, so when you throw in that old number there, Tough.
No one's
It's
paying you on that
tough.
one because
Exactly. If anything, I'm
you're
paying
paying
them.
to go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. If I had the trip hooked up and all they had to worry about is like the airfare,
Hmm.
maybe, maybe. Because I still gotta do lodging, still gotta do like transportation, all the Ubers,
I feel like you're just explaining why
all the food.
traveling is annoying to begin with.
I know really could just
Yeah,
sum up to like
yeah.
that to any place, insert place you don't want to go
Exactly.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I just feel like I feel like Florida's over romanticized a little bit. Hot take.
Not anymore. I feel like it's the normal take was exactly what you're saying. I feel like if people were
Mm.
like, "Yeah, Miami," I'm like, "Yeah, that's now the hot take." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just one of those places to me where you go and you hang out for a weekend anywhere in the state, probably either like in Miami or like Orlando, preferably. And you take a couple of pictures, have a couple of good drinks, and then you get the hell out of there. Because like it's super humid.
eh,
Uh,
dude,
there's a lot of hurricanes,
everybody there is Florida man.
and everyone there. There's gators everywhere. I'm not trying to get chopped up by a damn gator. Shit.
Bro, you know
Um,
where a fun gator place to go is?
where is that?
Go to New Orleans. That place is badass.
There you go. Way
Fucking
better,
love New Orleans.
way more culture, I feel like. You got people from like all over
So,
in like New Orleans,
yeah, dude, it's the
all over the place.
birthplace of jazz.
There you go. And that's just like American roots right there.
Dude, so me and Jackie went there in 2019, 18. We
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do we dive into that for a hot second? Because I feel like there's always some questions I wanted to ask about the trip that I
Really?
always forget to ask about, and now we're just talking about it. It's almost like why not just dive into that little chapter?
Yeah, man, go ahead. I'm an
Tell
open
the
book.
audience. Let's
Let's
first tell the audience why New Orleans. Why did you guys go?
Oh, we went because Jackie's older sister, her best friend was getting married and we got invited to the wedding. But the wedding was
Okay,
in Lafayette. I think I said that right.
I think so too.
I think. But anyway, so the wedding
I
was
only know
there.
that from watching the show True Blood, and I don't know how.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
how
huh, that's right,
accurate that
that's
is.
right.
I thought you guys went for scouting wedding locations.
No, dude, we would not get married outside of Texas. No offense to, Lafayette. but but no, no, no. Goddamn, excuse me. No, her friend was getting married, I think on a Saturday, and we were like, well, fuck, we're going for the weekend. We might as well make a little trip out of it. So I think we showed
Yeah.
up on Thursday. We did stuff Thursday night, we did stuff Friday, and then Saturday we took off to Lafayette for the wedding.
Okay.
So it was a short little trip, like a little 3, 4 day weekend type thing.
In relation to, so I mean, on the time, I'm just trying to get like timeline because you guys drove it, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, we drove from Georgetown.
Yeah. So if you're driving from Georgetown, you guys are probably, I mean, you guys went through Houston, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. God damn it. Yeah, we went through Houston.
For everyone out there that doesn't know, that's D-Man's favorite city in the world.
Not a fan of Houston, obviously. But no,
Tell the people why. They need to
no,
know.
bro, the weather sucks. The
It
fucking
is really bad
traffic
there.
sucks.
Yeah, it
And
is.
whenever I say the weather, I don't mean just like the humidity. I mean like the literal air. Like I feel like you can swipe your hand and like it'll just be dirty afterwards. like, I mean, I know a lot of cool people
It's
from Houston, but I just hate that location, man. It's
it's
horrible.
definitely, yeah, it's a place. It's a place that you can hang out and have a fun time with, and then you're happy to get the heck out afterwards. I mean, there's a few fun spots downtown though that are like kind of like hidden gems. I do like the Galleria too. That's a cool little mall area. I feel like so classy walking in the Galleria sometimes.
Oh
It's like,
man,
oh,
can't wait to go. Now I'm gonna go.
just because of Galleria, man. They even got all the designers get your Versace on, get your Dolce and Gabbana. If I'm saying that one correct. See, I'm not a designer person. I wouldn't know how to even say these things.
Oh really? Aren't those designer glasses?
Oh, are these old
You
ones?
got them from
These old things?
Potterworks, right?
Me and Harry Potter go way back. Come on now. Come on
Bro,
now.
what was that? Wait. Get off topic again. New Orleans.
You
Continue,
were,
bro.
yeah, that's just us. Classic.
Yeah.
You guys drove through Houston.
Yeah.
Um, is Lafayette, is it like, I know there's like a kind of like a port city because isn't it all through the 10, right? When you're driving and you go through like a port city or something like that. And then Lafayette and then
Yes.
New Orleans.
Yeah, it's afterwards, yeah.
Great. I know geography, ladies and gentlemen.
Better
I
than
almost want
most.
to Google search that just to make sure, watch it, check it out. It's like, oh, it's way on the whole other side of the
Way
state.
fucking off, yeah. It's on the other
Louisiana.
side. It's on the
Yeah.
western, or no,
It's way
eastern.
off. No, another reason why I bring that place up though, I mean that whole state's got like some sort of like kind of like they have like a lot of like voodoo culture, sort of like kind of like stuff like that. And
Yeah, dude.
I think Lafayette, if I'm not mistaken, has like a crazy like church or something like that that's like renowned for kind of that kind of activity.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought so. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna ask because I know isn't like Jackie kind of like into like the cool like histories and stuff like that of certain like towns and cities?
Oh, yeah. No, not at all, actually. Not like
Man. Different
complete,
Jackie, different
complete fucking
Jackie.
miss. Yeah. Definitely not her. But, no, I don't know. Whenever we were there, we didn't really, like, we were just there pretty much for the wedding. We did stay at an Airbnb, though, and another dude was staying in there, too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It was like there was a bedroom that was doubled as a suite in the house.
Okay.
But what sucked is there was only one bedroom or one bathroom in the house, so you had to walk out of the suite and you had to go through the house to go to the bathroom. So
Right.
I went to the bathroom and it was this white dude, and he was like playing PS4. He was like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, Hey, what's up, man?" He was like, "There's some beer in the fridge, and if you want a game." I'm like, "Thanks, man."
Hey, you wanna get in on this Call of Duty? Just like the
Dude,
most
right?
advanced like
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
person game.
I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good. Thanks, though. I'm just
Dude, I'm about to hop in. It's Warzone. I could use another.
sorry, Jackie. You're on your own, bro. See ya."
You're like, wait a second, was that Bud Light? Yeah, or
Oh God. Whoa,
like in
was
that
that a
case,
Natty
get the heck
Light?
out of here.
Was that
Oh
Natty
shit,
Light?
Natty Light in
Oh,
that
I'm
case.
fucking in, bro. He's all thanks.
Go in.
Oh,
Instant. You know what? Let me actually call. I think I have a homie that's like an hour out. He'll come through anyways because it's Natty Light, dude.
oh yeah, for
Come on.
sure. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't go for that? But no, that was an experience. I don't think
I bet.
we're gonna be doing like shared Airbnbs anymore. Not because he was weird. He was actually pretty cool, but just I don't know. Jackie was like
Just to kind of
had her
hide a little
defenses up the
bit.
whole time. I'm like, bro, chill. It's okay. He's not some.
We just came to kind of get our party on,
Yeah.
and you're not invited. Just
Exactly.
just make it known right from the get-go.
Hmm.
No, I would understand that too. I feel like me personally, I like having my space, you know? It's like just like knowing that there's someone else that's like not part of the crew. And now I sound like I'm like a bad person, like fuck off anyone else that's like not invited sort of thing. But you know what I mean? Like if I'm
Well,
going to a place and I'm like settling in, like
well, it's different if
there's
it's
just kind
like
of that.
I think the context of company matters a lot too. Like if it's just you and your girl, then obviously it's like an intimate time where no one is supposed to intrude. But if it's like
Right, see?
if it's us, like six of us, the boys, and there's some
Yeah.
rando, like, hey man, do you want to
Dude, bring
chill?
them through.
Yeah, come,
Exactly.
yeah.
There you go. See, using the big brain right there, it just kind of depends on the context of what's really happening.
Well,
Um,
it's
if it was the boys in that case, we're definitely bring. I mean, we already got the natty light in the fridge. We just got to make a couple calls, get a few more controllers because we're going in on that war zone.
There you go, bro.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's that Aquarius mindset.
Hey, that
Fuck off. I
aqua
was
right
kidding.
there.
Fuck off. I was kidding.
Ladies and gents, he is an Aquarius. So
No,
that
it's
means he
not.
likes long walks on the beach.
Nope.
Him and
Hate them.
Jackie like to get arts and craftsy. They
I
like
hate
to,
arts and crafts.
I don't know, you tell me about this Aquarius. Aquarius spotlight for 5 seconds, go.
Um, if you're cool, you're cool. If you're not, I won't tell you fuck you to your face. Nah, astrology is BS. Don't believe it. And
Pseudoscience.
pseudoscience, crackpot theories.
But it's kind of fun.
It is fun. No, 100%. I think it's. I
We
think.
got him back, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
He's
you
in
fucker. No, you fucker.
it.
I think that whenever you
Did I hear Goku, your second favorite, right next to Go? What if Gohan was an Aquarius?
then
Would
good
that
for
just
him.
change?
Like, you know what's funny is that every time you mention someone that's an Aquarius, my mind just like on default is like, fuck that person.
I hate him even more.
Yeah, yeah,
They're the
yeah.
worst.
It's just like
One less person to like.
I'm the only fucking one that can be here. No one else.
That's what it is.
Oh shoot,
It's
my
an
light
Aquarius
is.
thing.
Is it?
Could be. I don't know. I don't know. You have to tell me. You have to tell us. Tell us all. We want to know all the Aquarian secrets right now. This is
You
the
know,
time
you
where we
know,
start. I should have went in, had like a journal, and been like, okay, I need to know X, Y, and Z about all the Aquarius things.
I'm trying to think. I do know a couple people that are also, I guess, an Aquarius, born around the same time I am. Zoe, she's an Aquarius.
Okay, there you go. Good
Zoe,
people. Shout out.
do
Shout
you,
out.
do you remember Kayla?
Oh my goodness, yeah, from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Oh my
She,
goodness,
I'm
yeah.
all just name dropping.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, you remember this one version from
Right.
like way when?
Trying to remember who else. Fucking. Do you know a chick named Desiree? She's also in her grade. This Mexican
Desiree.
chick. She has our birthday too, February 2nd. But she was always cool. So like every other Aquarius that I met, I've been cool with. But
Good vibes.
it's probably because we don't talk about being an Aquarius.
That's what the secret is.
Because if they were like, "Yo, you're an Aquarius? Me too," I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck
Wear
you.
that right on my sleeve.
Don't you
That's
fucking
right,
talk to me ever." She's like, "Bro, but I'm a Taurus rising. Come on." I'm like, "I don't know what that
My
shit is."
Taurus rising with my like Scorpion.
Gorpy.
Scorpio. See,
My
there's so much stuff. Scorpio
Gorpian.
moon?
No, bro.
Scorpio moon.
You said
I don't know.
You said Gorpian. I heard it with a G.
Gorpian.
That's what I heard. You were like Gorpian. Good
I got a
shit.
Gorpian moon with a Scorpionic rising.
Oh, dude. So okay, I guess there's this new. Or I guess it's not new, but it's kind of a popular trend on TikTok right now that Jackie actually showed me months ago before it was cool. But
Curious.
it's so apparently you can look online if you type in the day that you were born, and it shows the phase of the moon that it was that night.
That is kind of cool.
So what people are doing is they're matching their phase with whoever they're with.
Oh yes, I have seen those.
And
I have seen
they
those.
put them together. If it makes a complete moon, then you're like meant to be.
You're in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mm.
And Jackie is like not quite full. There's like just a sliver of shadow,
Okay.
and mine is literally just like a sliver of light. So like it just fits perfectly, and I'm like, oh shit, that's us. We're fucking
Dude, you know what that means?
what?
It means you guys together are an Aquarius super rising. No, just that. That was bad.
I lost.
I had no idea where yeah. I was like, do I bring it back? No, I don't know. I messed it up.
I'm Aquarius super rising. I would have went for it if you would have just kept going. I would have been like, "Dang, really? Tell me more. I'm
I could've
super
been on-
interested."
I could have been onto something. Yeah, it is a pseudoscience. We could just make it up right now. Aquarius super rising. When one Aquarian meets another not Aquarian, but their moons almost match. Boom.
You
Aquarius
know,
super
people would
rising.
believe that shit too.
Exactly. And then you just enter in whatever fun tidbits of like what it could be. And they're like, oh, that's fun. I can kind of like agree with that. And then boom, you're in.
Dude, side note.
Astrology 101.
I was just thinking that today, bro, COVID ruined me. Like, I am so germophobic now. Like, I hand
Yeah.
sanitize for everything. Dude, even my dog, when I let Levi back in the house, before letting him in, after being outside for a while, I'll wash his fucking paws. Like, with this little, like, we have, like, a little cup that has, like, these little, like, spindles on the inside. They're, like,
Yeah.
rubber. And I'm just like, no, we gotta wash your shit before you come inside, bro. Like, it's so funny,
Dude.
too.
Well, you got three little ones though too.
Well,
So I feel like you're probably kind of thinking about them, I bet, right?
well, my thing is, it's like, bro, he's outside walking and who knows what. Eleanor just learned to crawl, so
Yeah.
whatever he puts in the
Exactly.
carpet, her face is just gonna be like, "Bah." So I'm
Yeah.
like, hell no, we gotta wash
We got to
him.
mitigate that as much as possible.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Dude, I feel like I'm similar with like little kitty Kilala whenever she's leaves a litter box, like she gets like the little like kind of clumps like in her paw area,
Uh,
and I'm like, let's clean that up because you know how cats are. They're just like, oh, cool. The whole world is like my jungle gym. I'm just gonna climb up here, like in the
uh-huh,
kitchen
uh-huh.
or in the bedroom, wherever. And it's just like, oh, I know where those paws been.
Dude, right? Oh my god. Does Jessie get annoyed at you for that? Like for overthinking
No,
it? She
not at
doesn't?
all.
That's good.
Or I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, she definitely does. She's like, why do you worry about that? And I'm like, I don't know. I just think about those things. I'm like, especially in the kitchen, I'm like, we're using like forks and spoons, and she's like
Oh my
over here
god.
touching it. Like,
Zach,
no,
you have no idea like how happy my heart is hearing you be that way too, bro. Because
dude,
Jake,
it means a lot, right? It's funny. We're just over here. This has become the little idiosyncrasies section of the pod. Everybody chime in the comments. What's your little like little things that
no, what did
you
they
know?
say? What did they say? What's your ick? What is your ick?
Yeah,
That's what I
there
want
you
to know.
go.
Yeah.
The what's the Rick hour
What's your
starting now.
ick?
Yeah, that's one of my biggest icks for sure. Little Kilala paws just all over the place with their little. I know there's like just the little small like parts of the litter. Just kind of, I'll just find it out of nowhere. Sometimes like in my little like workbench area. I'm like, oh, I know who was here.
Yeah, dude.
Just based off these couple little specks of litter clay.
Ugh.
Little Kilala strikes again.
It sucks, man.
But
Sometimes these pets, they're kind of annoying because they're dirty.
yeah, you know.
But
Those
then,
wild animals.
but then
They
maybe,
almost
I,
like our little wild animals
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, dude. But maybe I'm annoying just because I'm a germaphobe. I don't know.
Yeah, did you ever take into, respect to their feelings? You know?
You know what's crazy
What
is
do you
that
think
like,
they're thinking about with all this craziness, do
like what our pets?
you
They're like, why is he so obsessed with me?
know? Why does he always want to touch my paw?
Yeah, fucking weirdo. I'm just like thinking about this. No,
Nah,
but
they're too innocent. They're way too innocent for that.
I definitely didn't used to be this way though, for sure. Like I don't. I mean, I did care about being clean, but wasn't so like particular. Like I remember whenever we lived in Georgetown, we had 3 dogs at the time, and they were
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah, and they were just in and out of the backyard like crazy. Like we didn't even pay them no mind. Like come on in, and that was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe a
Little
combination.
Levi, hey, you making chicken tonight? Let me go pull up a seat right quick.
Bro, that's one thing too. Is I'm bad at that. Like I give him food all the time. So every time we're having dinner, he's just like fucking waiting there, just like,
I know my turn's coming up.
yeah,
I know
dude.
what's coming up.
I'm like, fuck off,
Maybe if I
man.
just look at him a little bit harder, he'll get the picture. I know he's
Just
going
like
to.
all up in my fucking face, man.
Yep. Oh, little Levi. He's a sweetheart, though. Love that little guy.
And I can't scream at him because he's deaf, so
That's true.
I have
That
to
is
just do
true.
like mean eyes back. I'm like, get the fuck away.
right? You know what my eyes are saying to you.
Exactly.
No, that's so, kind of going back to the COVID, enlightenment of just realizing germs everywhere and stuff. Um, on another note with that, you know what I really miss? That was just super big during the COVID times. You could go to the grocery store, any store, really, for that matter. And when you were in line, you know where I'm probably going with this.
Hmm. Hmm.
You could count on, and this was the best part too, because like I would say probably I'd lean on like 8 out of 10 times the other person's kind of thinking the same thing too, like, oh, I don't want to be this close to this other person. What do they have the
Oh,
vid?
the 6 feet apart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I miss that. I miss that. It was so nice. You could be in line, and like I said, you could count on about 8 out of 10 times that the other person was pretty much abiding by that one rule. This is the one rule that everybody actually kind of just subtly understood for the most part. There'd still be that one weirdo that would just be like all up on you, like, "Hey,
Well, I don't think
what are
you
you
got.
buying there?"
I don't think you got people bitching about like, no, I want to be close to this motherfucking stranger. I don't want to be 6 feet away. And it's like, okay, now you're just being a weirdo.
Like,
Like,
I'll get in your face.
hey man, he was in my face. I'm in your face.
Exactly, dude. Oh man. All right, Toretto for a year.
Love,
Yeah.
love
The
that shit.
biggest thing I think I definitely missed from the COVID days, the 6 feet rule. That was nice.
You know what's crazy? I'm
Definitely
I'm
missed it.
starting to notice that they're starting to go empty with the, like when you grab the cards. You know how they used to have those alcohol wipes?
Yeah, yeah.
They're starting to run dry on those now, and I'm like, God damn it.
Damn. Yeah, those were also really nice too.
Yeah, I like
That and like
those.
there's like a little station. You got the little wipes, and then they had the little like hand sanitizer, just like little. All right,
Yep.
cool. I'm good to go. Got my hand sanitizer. Cart's all like cleaned out. Let's freaking get this shopping session started.
And now that's just not the case, man. Now it's just
And yeah,
like, oh, fend for yourself.
gotta bring my own now. All right, Target, you win again. About to go buy me some just so I can wipe down my cart. No, I'm just
What's
kidding.
crazy is that COVID is still out there, and like it's not
Still a real thing.
as,
Yeah.
yeah. Mark got it, I think, last weekend or the week before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Golly.
but
Well, won't see him for 30 years now. No, I'm just kidding. What did they relaxed those rules now, so what is it? 5 days?
I think so. And what's crazy too is that
Remember that then. Won't see you for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks off of work, 2 weeks at home.
Yeah,
But
it's wild. Wild.
I was trying to think. God damn it, I lost my train of thought. Ah, I hate when that happens. Fuck.
He'll come back. Watch. We're gonna be talking about some other random COVID stuff. Just like boom,
Bro,
right
so
back at
what
it.
were some other points? I remember we knocked some points that we wanted to talk about.
We got Seth MacFarlane still on the
Bro, I love
on the
Seth
list.
MacFarlane. I fucking love that dude so
He's a cool
much.
dude. I want to meet that dude. I want to meet that dude.
I want to smoke with the
Seth, if you
dude.
are listening right now, I want to grab a coffee with you, and I want to understand Peter's brain, Stewie's brain, and Brian's brain. I mean, just really the whole city of Quahog, right? Let's be honest. No. Um, I mean, no, just aside from even Family Guy, Million Ways to Die in the West, such a fun movie. Didn't you just see that too, right? Did you say it was your first time?
Yeah, yeah. No, it was my first time watching it. Just like
What I'd give to see that for the first time. What'd you think, dude?
bro, I loved it. It was like it's crazy because his comedic beats were like still the same from Family Guy, which is weird because like it's different seeing it in live action.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I definitely appreciated it because I feel like that's stuff that like me and the boys will do. Because like
Mhm.
I think like when did Family Guy first air? I think '99, right? So
Yeah,
it's kind
I
of a
believe
big
so.
part of like my childhood too. Honestly, like it came out when we were 7.
Yeah.
So we were 7, and of course, parents didn't really care back then too much about like what kids were watching. Like,
Yeah,
so,
that and you'd be watching that or like South Park or something.
dude, yeah, for
South
sure.
Park was like a breed of its own a little bit because I think some of the parents kind of caught on.
Well, yeah, because yeah, they did. But I guess because South Park was kind of not a gimmick, but it's like what a cartoon about little kids. As for
Yeah,
Family Guy, it was kind of like in a similar notion of like The Simpsons, like a animated family
true.
follow the
Yeah,
hijinks.
exactly.
So they just probably thought
Kind of flew
like,
under the radar of like, oh, we really need to keep a closer eye on this old Family Guy here thing
or more
compared
like,
to the insanity that was South Park. Gosh, love that show though too. Matt and
yeah.
Trey, if you're listening, I also want to grab coffee with you too as well.
So Matt and Trey and Seth fucking hate each other.
That's the wild part. I'm glad you brought that up. Multiple episodes where they going
Yeah,
back and
well,
forth
so
on both shows.
Seth was on the Howard Stern show a couple years ago. I was just going through a bunch of random clips because I was on my spree.
Oh, I know how that goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess he was on the
I was
Howard
on my
Stern show.
Pedro Pascal free
Mm.
just a couple days ago after finishing Last of Us. But anyways, continue.
So Stern brings up Matt and Trey, and he's like, so "What's the deal with that? Do they like hate you or what?"
The funny part, dude, I can just so see Howard Stern is just so good at just being like blunt with his questions.
Bro, right?
Just get right into
I
it.
was like,
No filter.
and he was like, "Do you hate them? Like, do you hate them too?"
Like, do you?
Yeah, 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 bro. Just like very,
He's like, I need to know.
and Seth was just like trying his hardest not to be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be that guy,"
Yeah.
but no. So apparently, yeah, like, I guess Matt and Trey don't like Family Guy. And I guess the reason for that mainly being is they don't respect the cutaway humor
Oh yeah.
because
That's like
it's
the bread and butter of all Family Guy episodes.
dude, right? Yeah, 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 for sure. But it's like they're they're like that's not proper storytelling or proper comedy. So
That's right,
we don't
dude.
respect it.
I remember. Did you ever watch the? I think it's off their 6 Days to Air documentary. Matt and
Oh, that's
Trey's.
on HBO. I saw it earlier, like today, but I didn't watch it. But yeah, I know it's on HBO
Dude,
Max.
well, it's really good, by the way. Definitely check that out. We'll have to go in on that at another time.
Yeah.
But I believe there's a part in that doc, and someone will probably correct me, I'm sure, but I want to say it's in that one, and they break down because I mean they're pretty smart. Like is wild and crazy as like Matt and Trey are. Like they're really smart dudes as far as like how they go about. I mean, I guess it goes to show why they have like over 20 seasons of their show still going, but they break down the formula of like Family Guy almost to a T. Like I remember it was Trey. He like has like a whiteboard and he just draws out the entire like Family Guy like formula of how it works. I'm like, oh man. And he's like, this is why it's kind of gimmicky. And he's just like going in on like the writing and stuff. And I was like, damn, are you just going in just like this right now?
Right.
Yeah, this is on the dock. All right, I'm here for it.
Give me
You
the
know, I
tea.
love both of that. Yeah. Um, but from like a writer's perspective, it was really interesting, kind of seeing the points he was making about it. It was like, oh, I really thought of it that way. But there you
Yeah,
go.
I
The
saw a
more you know.
TikTok where he was like, if you're telling a story and then there's a phrase and
Yeah,
then
see exactly like he
okay,
like
so
points to
that was from that
specific
then.
things like that. Like even on like this really really small granular like level,
Yeah.
it's wild.
So not to be biased and be like, oh, Miss Seth MacFarlane boy or whatever, but
Two set.
in his defense, dude, he hasn't been in the writers' room since
That is true.
like
Yeah, that is true.
like season 3. Like I think like because it got canceled after season 3,
Yeah.
and then it came back. But like since it came back, he just does the voiceover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does the same with the voices, and I think yeah, he's like, all right, peace, come out. That was all I had.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So like his which if you notice too, I've been watching a lot of old school Family Guy actually because of my little Seth MacFarlane spree or whatever, right? And you could tell like a
As
tone,
one does.
yeah, right. But you can tell like the tone of the show changes overall because
Yeah, after what, season 3 or 4, like
like
it just feels like
yeah,
a completely different vibe.
like
100%.
Lois becomes like this wacky character who does these crazy hijinks as well. She's like
Yeah,
dysfunctional as well. And
right.
the musical numbers in the first 3 seasons were amazing. Like there was actually a lot more of them. They were a lot more
Yeah.
prominent.
What was
And
the one classic one? Was it Road to Quahog? And then the one where it's like Stewie and Brian, and like they have like kind of towards the end like a fun little like, is it in the train? They have like a cool little like kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah,
musical number. I'm pretty sure it's that one. And that
exactly.
was such a nice, just like full on exhibit of like our boy Seth just hard at work, because that was all him
Yeah, yeah.
for the most part, right?
That
Yeah.
and just like the humor was funny. It was like fart humor, but some of it was like kind of relatable humor. Like I remember there was an episode where Meg touched the thermostat and she's like, "Dad, how do you know that?" And he's like, "All dads have it built in, Meg." And then like 3 other dads was like,
Hey,
"Someone's
Peter.
thermostat, repeater."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
Just
like,
pops out just
and
random
I'm
people.
like, that's good. That's like, and it didn't need to rely on like being like extremely like I don't know, like dirty or not just extravagant in any particular way. Like it was just a
Yeah.
relatable thing. Of course, taking it to the next level, but it was
Yeah.
based off of a very relatable thing for most men. I feel like, which is
Yeah.
cool because that's how the humor was back then, and I'm like, I respect it. But
Hmm.
so that's one thing. I guess in defense of Seth. But another thing too is so Seth is like, I got upset with them, not because they got upset with me. Like, we've been pretty much like shit talking like so many people over the years. Like, of course, I've gotten a lot of like flack for whatever, and I can handle it. That's fine. But it's like
Hmm.
Matt and Trey didn't just go after me; they went after my whole writing team, my whole staff. And it's like these are people just doing their jobs. Like you should not be
Yeah.
coming after them for not liking me. Like don't.
Right.
So that's kind of
No
where
need to drag all of them into this. This is like
exactly.
this is our beef. Come on.
Exactly. So that's where I'm kind of like, and two, another thing too is like South Park definitely experimented with like a more serialized storytelling, which we've talked about that before.
Hmm.
Like with the later seasons, all being like interconnected. They're not just whimsical and serialized stories, which they're trying to get
Yeah.
back to that now, but it's kind of hard to. I mean, especially with the fact that like if you consider, I was thinking about this yesterday actually. Like if you think about it, honestly, every episode of South Park is just commentary
The
on
current situation of like everyday life almost.
of the culture. Yeah, I mean, if they do it every 6 episodes, and it's usually something relevant going on with like the times. It's like yeah, it's just a form of commentary, and I can see why they got pulled into that hole of doing serialized storytelling because it just made sense to go in that direction. But it's like the later seasons haven't really been as well received, of course.
Yeah.
You could argue the
When they
same.
made that switch over, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much of the fan base is kind of like really against that. They kind of like really just loved, the non-connectedness of each episode, and each episode was kind of just its own standalone thing. And I mean, I think there's something to be said for both styles, that South Park is kind of using in the show. But um, it is kind of interesting because they do go in a bit on the 6 Days to Air documentary about that. And I mean, I think it was when they introduced, what was his name, PC Principal. I think
Yeah.
that's when they
Yeah.
decided to kind of start to go in that direction of like, let's make this like kind of like a serialized sort of storytelling thing, really.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember if it was Matt or if it was Trey that was like, this just makes the most sense of like the evolution of the show. And it was just like really interesting that they were like kind of like going in on that angle. But then like later in the documentary, they kind of go back to like it's interesting now that we've done it, like how can we kind of like go back to, like how the fans originally like viewing the show with like episodes just being their own
Just
episode, their own
episode to
standalone
episode.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm And I don't know, and it's funny kind of like throwing the old writer's cap back on for a second. It's like, why can't you just kind of have both? Because it is fun. Like
Well, I think.
some of the series, like you said, they're a little bit stale. I remember after season 21 of South Park, it was like it just didn't have that like kind of like flow or that just that charm to it a little bit. When they kind of started to make everything kind of connected to one episode after the other. Um, but there was still something kind of pure about it. Like I think what was it? Is it season 22? Is that the one where the whole Integrity Farm
Oh
with
yeah,
Randy
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
starts coming to the mix? Oh, I should probably get like some heat for that one. They're like, no, it's season 21. I'm pretty sure it's season 22 though. But like that's been kind of fun. I've been kind of enjoying Randy's whole take on this whole integrity thing. It's kind of been cool to watch that kind of evolve.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was. I think whenever they first started doing it, it was exciting because it was different. It was like
Right.
fuck, who did PC Principal always call out? I think it was Shelly during the assemblies or something like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah, I
then,
think it was.
like at the end of one episode, like further down the line, the government's like the secret lies with her, and it's like Shelly, and it's like what the fuck, and it's like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it does grab your attention, and it made me excited. I was like, oh shit, it's cool. But another series that has this, like I guess, the same exact conundrum is Rick and Morty, and they actually bring it to the forefront. Like they actually make their characters talk about that, like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
before it was like that, like it was all non-canonical, just random episode after random episode. But then like later on, I think in season one, they introduced evil Morty. I'm sorry, you haven't seen any Rick and Morty.
I've only seen a few episodes,
Yeah, yeah.
only because there's been a few highly, highly recommended must watches. Isn't the Pickle Rick one? Wasn't that one of them that I had to watch? I think way back when. There's another fun one too that was like a two-parter. But anywho, yeah, no, continue. Definitely out of my element a little bit with
No,
Rick and
no worries,
Morty.
no worries. So I got you. I'll hold your hand. I'll guide you.
Hold my hand, guide me through this whole Rick and Morty craziness because from what I know and from what little I've seen, it's a wild world.
Well, they
One can
definitely,
easily get lost in it.
yeah. Well, that's one thing they started doing too. Was they did episode after episode, but then they introduced the character Evil Morty, and then in later seasons he comes back, and then you start to see them referencing stuff from previous episodes and like more recent episodes, and it's
hmm
like what like okay, so it all is like a timeline type thing, blah blah blah, and
hmm
which is cool, but um the later seasons that do that and rely on that form of storytelling or that storyline in particular, they started kind of like giving them shit about it, like, yo, you're doing this a little too much, bro. And
Just lower your roll on.
and that's the thing. It's like the fans love both, but
And that's where I'm coming at it with the South Park. Like it's
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
because
that
some of the seasons it does work, but then others it's just a little bit too stale at times.
I
It's
think
like,
the issue
how
is
can you get it right?
finding the balance.
Yes, yes. I will say though, because I mean, going back to the South Park for a second, the cool thing, as the name of the documentary that I kind of keep referring to, um, as the title suggests, it's cool that they have that formula where they can have an episode, get it all together, do all the production on it, do all the animation on it, just have it ready to go, all within 6 days, and then it airs. Just like the name says, 6 days to air. And kind of going back to what you're saying about like how their I was so on point and so relevant. I think that's kind of the fun charm that through every single season that they Matt and Trey put out with South Park is like why it's so loved in that sense is just because they can be on it when it comes to like, when I remember when they had the COVID special and stuff, like they could like pinpoint certain exact things that were going on at the time. And just because, they have complete control of being able to have their episodes come out in that 6 day time span, whereas like so many other uh, you know, network I mean, I guess that's a whole this could just be like a whole kind of like masterclass on like how shows are kind of put out, but usually it's always done way, way, way in advance.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually, like I know for like Family Guy, because they even talk about it too, and that like shows like that, they'll like normally get everything written out, done, do the storyboards. That takes some time. Then they get all the talent in, do all the voices and stuff, do all that. Usually, certain time, like a certain season. Usually, I think they, in particular for Family Guy, I think they say like they do it in the summer. I don't know. Just I guess depends on the show, but knock all that stuff out, and then of course then there's an actual like schedule, like when every episode is released. Then you enter like the South Park world, and it's just wild how it's like, well, for them, they have like this whole 6 day like formula that they're working with. So it's like they could just be on it, like something could just happen in, IRL, and they're like, we could just throw that into the episode, boom, and it could just be that quick. So it's just I think that's one of the cool things about it. That's like I was kind of existed in the show, and I think that's kind of like a kind of like a cool like secret to their success is just because of that in itself. But
Oh,
um,
dude, for sure. Hell yeah.
I think that kind of relates back to the a little bit to like how before they decide to have like kind of like the serialized sort of like storytelling that we've kind of come to see in more of the later seasons as opposed to the later seasons where it was just kind of all more you know randomized sort of standalone episodes really. But
Yeah, yeah.
now we're just getting too analytical at this point. I wonder how many of the viewers are like, all right, next topic.
Yeah, quit talking about that. Well, I will say
uh
this is probably my last point is bro, Jordan Kepler did another Fingers of Pulse.
he did,
Did
he
you
did.
see that?
Yeah, I love how everyone that commented on it was basically like, "Oh man, that these Trump rally goers are really catching on because these videos are starting to become shorter and shorter."
Bro, yes, I noticed that
Like, we don't want to
too.
be a victim of Jordans. We don't want to get got.
Bro, it was like
It
a
was so funny though.
4 minute video. Yeah, dude, it was
Yeah,
great. Like,
best. Like, how does like, yeah, he just flips the script on him so well. Like, he's just so methodical with how he does it. It's just so much fun to watch. And then of course, after you watch the little clip or whatever, however long it is, and then moments later you're like, but then the reality kicks in. You're like, we live with these people. These people are amongst us. This isn't just some thing. But no, I mean when you're watching it like in real time, it's so wild to see him do his thing. Like he's just brilliant, man. He's
well,
so brilliant at doing his thing for sure.
I think for one, not only is it him that amazes me, but it's also the people that are being interviewed that amaze me. It's like you
You should know
see,
what you're getting into, sort of a thing.
well, that, and it's like you see the wheels turning, but then
Hmm.
it's like if the wheels start turning, they'll have to accept reality. So it's like, let me
Yeah.
pull that shit back real quick. No, I don't. Let's go, Brandon. He's not our president. Trump is still really our president. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like what, dude? And oh man, it's just crazy, and it's crazy that like I feel like Trump is finally like losing his traction. Like people are starting to,
Losing the grip, man. He's
yeah,
losing
dude.
it. They're saying, I mean, I think the biggest thing was this week he was supposed to be uh, indicted, right? That was the big deal. And then we're supposed to see him in handcuffs.
Did you see the
Um,
pictures? Did you see the
yeah,
pictures?
do the AI generated ones? Yes. Oh my
Where's
gosh,
fucking
dude. Too,
trying to
too funny.
juke the
That
fucking cops and running away.
I'm trying to make this guy look like he's some sort of cool like gangster over here, like run. Like,
Oh,
no, dude.
dude.
There's no way. There's like 5 cops on the side. Come on now. He's got little hands too.
Oh my god, it's great. I wonder like
Too wild.
because like over the past few years, there's a lot of people back home where it's like you figure out they're like, "Fuck yeah, Trump," and it's
From
like,
2024.
bro,
My one and only president. He's
where-
still president right now.
where is all that love now? Like I'm not seeing it from any of them.
Silence.
It's just wild.
Silence is so loud, ain't it?
Oh yeah,
Sometimes.
dude. Yeah, silence is super loud. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Trump saga. Funny segue into that. It's going to be interesting what happens in the next week because with the whole Stormy Daniels thing, like I said, it was supposed to result in him being taken away and actually cuffed for real, for reals. It was supposed to go down last Tuesday, but I guess one of the attorney generals, I want to say, on the whole deal was there was some new information that was brought into the mix, and because this new information was found out, I guess they had to postpone the trial and everything. So now everyone's like, next week. It's like classic DBZ cliffhanger. Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, bro, but you didn't hear? The new information is that he actually got pegged.
You actually did?
Yeah. Yeah, at first.
I knew it.
Yeah, bro.
I knew it. That's why we didn't. They have to somehow get they're taking this whole weekend to find the best way to kind of like make for all the big Trump folks out there. Make it a little bit softer for them.
Yeah, you can't
softer
just say like, "Hey, your president got pegged" because that's what he likes. Like, no, no, they have to.
They got to get political with it, add the political sauce in there, and like I said, soften it up for all those Trump lovers.
I just imagine what is it? Talking to, like, I just imagine everyone who loves Trump as like a unified conscious, like a hive
Dude,
mind,
they're like a hive mind.
Yeah.
Last of Us style.
So it's like,
you step on one thing, they all hear it. They're like, "Oh my god!"
yeah. So it's
Our
like,
boy,
so
we
it's
gotta
like
go save him.
the attorney general's talking to like one of them, but really it's all of them. And he's like, "Man, hey, no, it's not that weird. I don't think getting pegged is weird."
And then another one in the crowd. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. And they all latch onto it, dude.
It's
All
like,
latch onto it.
it's like,
Some random person in the crowd. Yeah, I was actually pegged last weekend. It wasn't that bad.
and then just the one person who's still like not fully converted, like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I think they just
Everyone's on them.
yeah, it fucking eats them alive. He gets swallowed by by a sea of people. They just spit out his bones. Golly.
Dude, it'd be like that. It'd be like that for sure. Yeah, we'll see. My take on it, I continue to say it, and I'll say it again. I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's where I'm at with it. What is this, like the fifth time? They're like, we got him.
We got him, guys.
We got him, guys. This is the one. This is it. Everybody get ready. It's really going down for real. We got the boy.
You gotta admire the resilience.
Really, it's outstanding. How many he's dodged at this point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Guy's crazy. He's silky smooth in that regard. Just finding a way to get out of any situation. Isn't that crazy?
It is
How
pretty
does
wild.
he do the things that he does?
I don't know.
The guy goes and like has dinner with a literal like Nazi, and then somehow again hive mind Trump base just like, it's fine. That's fine actually. Nazis are cool. It's like,
oh my god.
What part of history were you paying attention to?
Bro, that's a whole other fucking thing too. Like, gee whiz.
Yeah.
Kanye specifically. I got my nephew pretty good with that actually.
Oh really? How so?
Well, because so he is like, he's real big into shoes right now. So like, of course, like Jordan's, he's in love with J's.
Gotta get those latest Jordans, dog.
Oh yeah, dude. And it's cool. Like my brothers are like that too. I've known that for hot minute.
Gotta get those off-white, classic with the air
There you
insignia and
go. There you
all.
go. So, of course, being a sneaker connoisseur, did I say that right? I don't know. Anyway, point
You
is,
get connoisseur. It's a fun one.
right? So, of course, he's like another pretty exclusive shoe that everyone wants to have are Yeezys, right? So, so
Yeezys.
I was like, what did I say?
For the Yay himself.
I was like, bro, don't get Yeezys. He's like, why? They're so cool. I'm like, because man, Kanye is just not that good of a guy. He's like, what? No, and I'm like, yeah, bro. He's just kind of a jerk. Like, don't forget all that, dude. Like, forget your Yeezys. You're good with your J's, and
Stick with the Jordans.
he's like, nah, man, you're crazy or whatever. I'm like, okay.
They're way cooler looking shoe anyways.
So
You're
then,
leagues ahead of everybody else.
so then, he put up a TikTok, and I guess he saw what movie was it? It was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas at school, I
Oh
think.
yeah.
And he's like, oh, this movie was so sad. So I was like, fucking got you. So then whenever I see him last, I'm like, hey, so you watched The Boy in the Striped Pajamas? He's like, oh my gosh, that movie was horrible. I felt so bad. And I'm like, you know who doesn't feel bad? Kanye West.
The boy got. The boy got. Damn, sometimes life comes at you fast like that, don't it?
Of course, he didn't know the context of like everything, but I just thought it was a very humorous moment for me. Like I definitely took advantage of that. It was so funny.
Man, that's good though.
Yeah.
That's good right there. She's probably gonna be thinking twice about those Yeezys now, huh?
Yeah, like oh fuck Yeezys, fuck Kanye, fuck.
Because he's young
Nazis.
enough. He's still young enough where he's not part of that whole hive mind crowd, right?
Yeah, but I think about myself at that time. Like, how old is he? He's turns 11 this year, and
Damn.
I feel like I was pretty. I mean, I'm not trying to like brag to my own horn, but I feel like I was pretty smart for that age. Like I was able to
It
have
was that
like
precious time period of life.
what were we? 11. We would have been sixth grade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. Um, I feel like seventh grade for me. I was like, with this life thing, I kind of understand a thing or two. But
Yeah.
any like adult would be like, oh, you got another thing coming.
Yeah. Well,
Let me tell you,
it's like
Buckaroo.
I was more. I 100%, 1000% agree with what you said. Like junior high was whenever I like kind of my conscious started forming out of the norm. Like I started thinking about like myself in relation to others. I started thinking about like I was becoming more empathetic.
Yeah, like the things that I say matter. They affect people. The people in my life, the things that I do and the things that I say, it all really kind of matters in different ways. And everything's bigger than me, you know?
Yeah, no.
It's not all about I anymore. It's like, oh, we're a team. It's all about the we almost instead of the I sort of a deal. And it kind of trips you out a little bit sometimes. But yeah, I think around that kind of that age
So
that
there
it
that
kind of
starts to develop,
yeah,
and then
and
like,
it blows your mind a little bit, you
oh
know?
yeah, dude, and then like 30 seconds later, you're like, oh shit, she grew boobs. It's
Yeah, and just immediately goes right back to like
yeah,
seventh grade mind.
so weird, man. Like,
Man, Rachel, she developed quickly, didn't she?
what happened over the summer? Yeah, no, that was some
It was a wild summer. Let me tell you what.
it's so crazy, man. Because you think about like, I feel like that's a thing too. Whenever you want to think about your feats of like intellect or like character building, you only think about the good stuff. You're like, oh yeah, I was pretty smart back then, but you were
Yeah,
thinking some stupid shit too. You know what I mean?
at the same
Like,
time.
I
Yeah, it's true.
I,
Yeah, it's
I
good to kind of bring yourself back to reality a little
like
bit.
calm down. You weren't fucking Einstein or
Yeah.
the greatest philosopher back then. Because you know what? I remember tripping out because I saw my first thong in person, like in real life, in the seventh
Yeah.
grade, and I was you should have saw me, dude. I remember clear as day. I was giddy. There was this dude that I rode the bus with, and we had fuck, what do we have? We had do you remember Miss Patterson? The English teacher whose husband was a coach.
Patterson. I remember the coach. I'm trying to remember what Miss Patterson looked like though.
Yeah, she was. By the way, it wasn't Miss Patterson, guys. It was Mr. Patterson. If you're watching, I wasn't peeping at your
Started
wife.
like doxing everybody in that environment.
Yeah, right. But anyway, homeboy in that rode my bus, he was also in this English class, and he was like, I was just doing some work or whatever. I was looking down, and he was like, "Hey, Damien." I'm like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, look at her. Her thong is showing." And I'm like, "What?" And then, bro, okay, I'm looking at the camera. Looking at the camera is me looking, and I'm
Mhm.
like. Yeah, dude. And I was just like, and then I was just like, just tripping, in silence, of course. But I was just
Rightfully so.
like, and he was like, quit looking. I'm like, oh shit, I'm making it weird.
And then at that moment, you're like, oh, fuck. Wait a second. I'm in this classroom. Homie's talking to me right now. We're cool. We're cool. Just start doing like the mental checklist for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah, right. Oh man, dude.
Got my paper in front of me. I'm working on this story problem. All right, we're all right. We're chilling.
I think junior high is probably like the time when you're exposed the most to like, or not the most, but probably like your first encounters of like more mature stuff, like that, for instance.
Hmm.
You definitely see more fights and stuff happen.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought I heard a child crying.
I thought I heard like a little like too. How funny.
Right?
Dude, we're both part of the kiddo hive mind. Am I become part of the kiddo hive mind? I don't even have one.
Do you have a
What
seat?
is this wild?
Do you not have one, or do you have one that we don't know about? That you don't know about?
Oh, dude, the Rockstar era back in '09. What was that? Junior year of high school in California. That's for another
That's when
episode.
it happened. I knew you had a secret kid somewhere.
Yeah, man. Junior year high school. It just hit different.
Oh yeah, so you were a slut. So you hit different then.
Summer of love, baby.
Fucking hippie.
Oh man, hippie was one way of putting it. Let me tell you,
You're
partner.
so stupid. Yeah, that's
And on
almost
that
switch
note, peace.
up.
Cut it.
Peace,
We're still
guys.
live now.
All right.